Hey guys, this Sunday in the church marks a really special day called Ascension Sunday. So I want to tell you a little story about how the disciples came to celebrate the joy of Easter. We know we've been talking about the color purple and sadness because Jesus died on the cross. And we know that in 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive, but the disciples didn't know yet. One day on the road to Emmaus, this is the road, and it was a road that they traveled on to the city of Emmaus a lot, and they walked there with Jesus, where he told them stories about God and God's love. They'd been on this road a long time, but this time when they were walking, the disciples were sad, and they were so sad that they didn't even notice things that were going on around them. And do you know why they were sad? Right, because their friend Jesus died on the cross. And they were sad because they thought they would never see him again. Well, as they were walking, another person kind of joined in with them. And he said, "Why are you so sad?" And they said, "Didn't you hear? Jesus, he was on the cross and he died, and he was such a great person, and he told everyone of God's love." Well, they said, "Didn't you know about this?" And he said, "Oh, okay, yeah. Well, maybe you guys shouldn't be sad because maybe he is still always with you." Well, they kept walking, and when they got to Emmaus, they said, "Will you stay with us and maybe have some dinner?" So they sat down at the table, and when they sat down at the table, the visitor said, "Take this bread and eat it. Take this wine and drink it." And it was like the blindfolds were taken off of the disciples. Their eyes were open, and they realized that this stranger they'd been walking with was Jesus. And they were so excited. They said, "Jesus, you're alive. We thought you were gone forever." And he said, "I'm always with you. You know that. I've told you that. I'm always with you." So they spent some time together, and then Jesus went away, and the disciples were in their room, and they were a little bit nervous and a little bit afraid because Jesus said he was always with them, but they couldn't quite see him anymore. Well, then one day Jesus called them to go out, and he told them, "Remember that God is with you, and I am with you wherever you go." And then in the most amazing thing, we learned that Christ has died and Christ is risen, and he rose on a cloud and was gone. But he wasn't really gone because the disciples knew he was going to be there forever. Christ has died, Christ is risen, and that Christ will come again. And the disciples were nervous, sure, because they lost their friend and he wasn't with them physically, like they couldn't touch him, but they knew he was always going to be there. So on Ascension Sunday, we remember that even though we were sad that Jesus died, and then happy that he rose, and then maybe sad because we couldn't see him all the time, that like the disciples, we can still go out and proclaim God's word and be very happy that Jesus is always with us. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you on Monday.